All right, so we have our paper from yesterday. We talked about all the landscape stuff, so we're going to flip our paper over to the back. And my page is still turned landscape. All right, so this is kind of similar to what we did last year, but just a little different. All right, so let's go to box 1 on the back. And you don't have to copy me exactly, so if you want to watch first before you start drawing. So box 1, we're going to do a beach, and you can keep it pretty simple. We always start with what line? Horizon line. We'll start with the horizon line. If I have waves crashing on the beach, it's small back here, and then it's bigger. And I think it looks better if it comes down at an angle. Usually coming straight down, just, I don't know, something about it looks flat or something. All right, and then I could add the palm trees. Okay, you could add all the stuff. More palm trees. You don't have to copy me exactly. That's why I'm just showing you first. If you wanted to add like little shrubs, it would be like the tree tops with little bumpity bumps. And they just kind of have like a flat bottom. Okay, and then the sun, just make sure you're not putting it in the corner, so you could have a sunrise or sunset or just the sun in the sky. Yeah, like I said, it's probably just a review from last year. You can keep it simple. If you want to add something in the water, this is an empty space, you could add like a little boat, but don't add like a shark and a person in an inner tube. Keep it simple, which that's a pretty big boat right near the shore, but that's okay. All right, and then example from last year is right there. So there's my little shrubs. I've got 2 palm trees, and I've got a sunset. So just draw something quick, simple. Make sure you have a horizon line. All right, so let's go to box 2. And in box 2, we're going to do like a hilly scene with trees. So your horizon line doesn't always have to be perfectly straight. It could have some hills to it. All right, and then if I want to add a river to this, can I have the river flow up and over this hill? No, typically water will break it down. Okay, so either go to your lowest point, or it can go behind one. So like I have this little gap right here, so I can bring my river from around there, and then it's bigger at the bottom. So it's coming around the mountain, here she comes, and then it's bigger at the bottom. And it's going behind that hill, or I can't see it anymore. All right, and then I could add some of my wide trees. Yeah, this one, I mean, you gotta have at least like something. You don't have to go crazy with them, but make sure the ones that are getting further away are getting smaller. That one's probably a little too big. And then again, just if you want to have a sun in there somewhere. No. The focus is the land. All right, so here's my example from last year. If you want to add clouds, so clouds are kind of the opposite. Things on the land that get close to the horizon line are getting smaller. Clouds are the same way, but they start up here bigger, and as they come down, they get smaller. Okay, because actually these are the ones further away. The ones that are higher up are closer to you, so they're bigger. So if I have clouds, the little ones would be down here. The bigger ones would be up here, and then the biggest ones would be near the top. And this is a dirt road, not a gross river. I should not have colored it like flowy like. That threw everybody off. Maybe I originally started as a river and changed my mind. I don't know. Because it does look like it's flowing, but it's supposed to be a dirt road. I can put like a patch of grass right there. All right, so let's go to box 3. And in box 3, we're going to do a mountain scene. If you want, you can just start with the mountains. I kind of like to have a horizon line. And then I know I can where my mountains roughly need to go. I drew a straight line. I haven't done anything. Oh, remember we talked about it yesterday, like the bumpity bumps, they can overlap one another. And then I'm going to show you two different options for the bottom of it. The Grinch's layer. All right, so what you could do for the base is either bring it forward and give it like dimension, and then you would have like shading where the rocks are, or at the base of the mountains if you want to have like trees. Or you can even have, like, especially the mountain scene where it's colder, you could have the little Christmas tree pine trees. So it's up to you. Like, that's going to be a lot of detail. The one where you're just going to bring them forward is going to be a little bit easier. Well, I guess. Depends on how you're drawing. Same thing with the mountains. It's not, you really wouldn't want to, like, just plug it right into a mountain. Maybe have it come between them.
What we're doing now is
That's a river. So you could have grass near the sides. And then if I wanted trees closer, or I could have these kind of trees. Just little lines. All right, and then my example from last year. So on this one, I have all trees at the base of the mountains. And there's clouds. They're kind of hard to see, but there's clouds. I don't have a sun in this one, but if you wanted to have a sun, you can. All right, so let's go to box 4. And we're going to be doing a desert scene. Again, it does not have to look just like mine. I'm going to start with the horizon line, and then I'm going to add, not canyons, but what are these? No,
valleys.
Plateaus, thank you. I think valleys go down. Well, I guess if you were on top, you'd be on the edge of a cliff, right? So I guess that could work. It's less scary though. I'm hanging off the edge of a plateau versus I'm hanging off the edge of a cliff. See? Depends on how dramatic you want to be about it, I guess. Okay, so for these, I guess I could have explained it as I went. So I do like just like a wavy line. So this is like one just kind of floating in the middle, which mine are on sides. And then I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so basically anytime it curves out, I put a bumpy line coming down. So this curves out, bumpy line coming down. Even back here, even though it's real tiny, bumpy line coming out. Bumpy line coming out. Bumpy line, okay? And then I'll just kind of start to bring them around and connect them. And then you could add more of the little squiggly lines for the bumpity bumps. Yeah, so it's like a little island plateau. From the sides, I like that better. And then you could add some cactus, which is a straight line, curved. I like to make mine uneven so it looks less like a little guy flexing. You could also add like little dead shrubs, which would be just like how we did our tree, except I do it just sticks and I make them kind of wavy. So like wide out, wide out, wide out. So it looks like a little deserty bush. Yeah. You could add little random blades of grass every now and then, but don't add a tumbleweed or animals or anything. And then here's my example from last year. So once the plateau things have color, they're really pretty. All right, so now we're going to start on the next project, which is going to be the Zentangle landscape.